Well, we begin the breakfast show with a story from Delhi that's raising urgent questions about road safety, juvenile accountability, and emergency response as well. On the 3rd of February, 23-year-old Sahil Dhaneshra lost his life in a horrific road accident near Dwarka. Sahil Dhaneshra was allegedly mowed down by a speeding Scorpio in a narrow lane, and he died on the spot. Police say an SUV allegedly driven by a minor without a license collided with Sahil's motorcycle in that narrow lane. The SUV was reportedly coming from the direction of a Gurdwara, and after this collision, it spun and it hit a cab parked by the roadside. We're told Sahil was shifted to a hospital where he was declared dead, but the minor has since been granted interim bail to appear for board exams. Sahil's mother, Inna Mahkan, has made serious allegations. She says the SUV had 13 challans. Many of them were for overspeeding, including from Uttar Pradesh. In fact, the victim's mother is claiming that videos show reckless driving moments before the crash. She also alleges that when she reached the spot after 1 p.m., her son was lying on the road, screaming for several minutes before being taken to the hospital. So she is questioning whether there were delays in medical response and whether the hospital had adequate facilities as well, because she says she was prevented from shifting him to a private hospital. As far as the probe is concerned, an FIR has been filed under sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, including rash and negligent driving and causing death by negligence. The investigation is ongoing, and Anushka has been tracking all the finer developments for us. Anushka, what are the latest details you can disclose, and what exactly does the FIR state? Where does this probe stand at the moment?
Well, that's right, Parmeshwar. An FIR has been registered in this case in Dwarka South on the receipt of a PCR call at about 11:57 a.m. regarding a fatal road accident near Lal Bahadur Shastri College. Upon reaching at the spot, one Scorpio car and one Desire car was found, and one motorcycle was found in the accidental condition. The motorcycle rider, later identified as Sahil Dhaneshra, was found dead at the spot. His post-mortem has been conducted, and the PM report has been obtained in this case. The injured taxi driver was shifted to IGI hospital. His statement has been recorded, and an MLC final opinion is awaited. The Scorpio driver is a minor who was found driving without license. He is apprehended in this case. Being a minor, he was produced before the Juvenile Justice Board and sent to observation home. He was granted interim bail on 10th of February by the JJB on the ground of class 10th board examination. All the vehicles have been seized and mechanically inspected. Documents have been verified, and CCTV footage has been collected. As per investigation, the Scorpio collided with the motorcycle coming from the opposite direction and thereafter hit the roadside parked Desire car. Further investigation is in the process, but we have seen the video that has been circulating of Sahil Dhaneshra's mother, who has been saying that she is a single mother and has been raising his son for 23 years. Her son was quite talented and had a lot of hopes and dreams in his life, but we have seen that this reckless driving took away Sahil Dhaneshra's life, and there's a big question about how the authorities responded, the disaster management system, and also about rash driving, because we have seen that the Scorpio had previous challans as well on the same number. Then why was nothing done here, and how come these kind of incidents are quite common, where a person loses their life and these kind of conditions still persist in national capital? Over to you.
As you're reporting, Anushka, the juvenile driver has since been granted interim bail on the grounds of his class 10 exams, we're told. This, as the victim's mother has categorically told NDTV that the accused car had 13 challans, and there are many unavoidable questions at this stage.
Well, that's right, Parmeshwar. We have seen that the mother has claimed that the Scorpio car that was involved in the accident had already 30 challans that was in fact issued. But we have seen that the minor who was driving the car at the time with the sister was also sitting beside him in the car, and he was driving and was in fact also making reels simultaneously, after which this accident took place. Sahil Dhaneshra was 23-year-old. He was driving his motorcycle on the opposite direction. His car was hit by the speeding Scorpio, and that is how Sahil lost his life when he was brought to the hospital. He was declared dead. And now we are seeing the mother, who has been claiming that she was a single mother and was raising his son for 23 years alone. And she was also in fact saying that his son was quite talented and had a lot of hopes and dreams in his life, but now his life has been taken away by the speeding car, the speeding Scorpio that was there at that fateful day. Over to you.
Anushka, as always, thanks so much. We'll of course revert to you for regular updates. The big question this morning, has the minor in this Sahil Dhaneshra crash been let off easy? Let's just walk you through the facts as they stand. Police say the Scorpio SUV that collided with the 23-year-old Sahil in Dwarka on the 3rd of February was being driven by a minor. Investigators have confirmed that the minor did not have a valid driving license. The SUV allegedly hit Sahil's motorcycle in that narrow lane, as we are reporting. After the impact, we're told it spun and struck a parked cab. Sahil later died and the cab driver was injured. Now, as per the FIR registered under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the case includes sections related to rash and negligent driving, causing death by negligence, and the matter is being processed under juvenile law because the accused is a minor, as we have mentioned. The minor has been granted interim bail to appear for board examinations. That decision has triggered public debate, but also under the juvenile justice framework, bail is the norm unless there are specific grounds to deny it. But this has caused absolute outrage as far as Sahil's family is concerned. There are additional details that raise troubling questions as well. The victim's mother has said there were multiple challans against the vehicle, 13 in total actually, many for overspeeding, and police are verifying the record. This also raises questions about enforcement and accountability of the vehicle owner, since the one driving was a minor. There are also allegations that the Scorpio was overspeeding in that narrow lane and was being driven in the wrong lane at the time of the crash. So investigators, as we speak, are examining CCTV footage and other digital evidence as well. And as Anushka was highlighting, another detail is under scrutiny, that the minor's sister was allegedly making reels inside the vehicle. So police are now examining whether this had any sort of role in distraction or reckless conduct. Basically, the core issues are clear. A minor allegedly behind the wheel, no license, a vehicle with prior violations, a fatal crash, and then interim bail granted for Class 10 exams. Is this due process under juvenile law, or does it reflect some serious gaps? We continue to ask all the tough questions, but you also must note that the victim's mother spoke to us. Shiv Arur actually spoke to the victim's mother, who shared her ordeal and highlighted the fact that there were 13 pending challans against this Scorpio. Here are all the details you need to listen to at the moment.
इन्ना जी, एफआईआर में लिखा गया है कि जो गाड़ी चला रहा था वो 19 साल का था, लेकिन हमारा क्राइम ब्यूरो ये रिपोर्ट कर रहा है कि वो ड्राइवर नाबालिग था, 17 साल का था और उसको बेल मिल चुका है। उस दिन क्या हुआ था इन्ना जी?
मुझे 1:19 पे कॉल आता है कि मैं SHO सेक्टर 11 से बोल रहा हूँ और यहाँ पे हमें एक बाइक मिली है R1500 और उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन जिस मोबाइल नंबर से, वो मेरे बच्चे का नंबर था। मुझे कॉल आता है और वो बोलते हैं कि वो जिस बच्चे की बाइक है वो ऑन द स्पॉट हमें एक डेड लड़का मिला है, एक्सीडेंट मिला है हमें। मैंने उनसे पूछा लड़का कैसा है देखने में, उन्होंने बोला कि पतला है, गोरा सा है। मेरी जान सूख गई। मैं भागते हुए सीढ़ियों से अपनी गाड़ी उठा के मैं पहुंची वहां पे, ऑन द स्पॉट पहुंची मैं सेक्टर 11 लाल बहादुर शास्त्री के सामने। मेरा बच्चा, उसकी बाइक के 3 टुकड़े, स्पोर्ट्स बाइक, इतनी भारी बाइक के 3 टुकड़े हो रखे थे। मेरा बच्चा रोड पे पड़ा था बहुत बुरी हालत में। उसकी जैकेट के भी चीतड़े हो रखे थे। इतनी बुरी हालत में मेरा बच्चा रोड पे पड़ा था। वहां से मैं अब 10 मिनट में चिल्लाती रही, मुझे समझ नहीं आया। मैं चिल्लाती रही 10 मिनट रोड पे। उसके बाद वहां पे एम्बुलेंस खड़ी थी पर बच्चा हॉस्पिटल नहीं पहुंचा था। एम्बुलेंस खड़ी थी वहां पे। मेरे जाने के बाद 10 मिनट चिल्लाने के बाद मेरे बच्चे को ऐसे दोनों हाथों और पैरों से बिना सपोर्ट दिए, जबकि पुलिस वालों को पता था या नहीं पता मुझे नहीं मालूम। मेरे जाने के 10 मिनट बाद उसको उठा के एम्बुलेंस में डाल के उसको पैकेट में मुंह बंद कर दिया। इंदिरा गांधी में उसको लेके गए, जहां पे कि कोई एडवांस मशीनें नहीं है, वहां पे कोई ढंग के ट्रीटमेंट नहीं होते। बहुत बार ऐसा भी हुआ है कि मेरी मेड्स वगैरह के लिए मैं भी गई हूँ वहां पे, क्योंकि वहां पे गरीब लोगों को ऐसे भगा दिया जाता है। वहां पे मशीनरी और एडवांस सिस्टम कंप्लीट नहीं है। वो वहां से इंदिरा गांधी लेके गए। मेरे जो नेबर थे वो मुझे अपनी गाड़ी में इंदिरा गांधी पीछे पीछे लेके गए। एम्बुलेंस अलग गई और हम उसके पीछे पीछे गए। वहां जाके उन्होंने मेरे बच्चे को स्ट्रेचर पे डाल के पैकेट में मुंह बंद कर दिया। मेरे बहुत चिल्लाने के बाद जबरदस्ती वो ईसीजी करवाया उसका और उन्होंने वो उसको डेड डिक्लेयर कर दिया।
पुलिस का क्या कहना है अभी? इना जी, पुलिस का क्या कहना है अभी? वो जो ड्राइव कर रहा था गाड़ी में, वो नाबालिग है, वो 17 साल का है, वो जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड के अंदर आया था, उसको पेश किया गया था, उसके बाद उसको बेल मिल गया है, अभी बोर्ड एग्जाम लेने के लिए बेल मिल गया उसको।
यस, उसको इंटरिम बेल पे अभी बोर्ड एग्जाम्स के लिए जो है इंटरिम बेल पर है वो। मैं एसीपी और डीसीपी से मिली थी तो एसीपी साहब ने मुझे कहा था कि हमारी तरफ से इन्वेस्टिगेशन फेयर होगी, बट मैं अभी दोबारा पुलिस के पास नहीं गई हूँ तो क्योंकि आज ही पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट हमें मिली है, हमारे पास कुछ था भी नहीं अभी तक। मुझे आज ही सॉफ्ट कॉपी ऑफ पुलिस मॉर्टम, वो पोस्टमार्टम की रिपोर्ट जो है वो आईओ से मिली है। तो बस that's what I have for now.
What about the parents of this boy who was driving the car, Inna ji?
मुझे अभी तक
13 चालान्स थे इस गाड़ी पर।
अभी यूपी स्टेट के भी बहुत सारे चालान है इसके। यूपी स्टेट में भी इस गाड़ी के बहुत सारे चालान है और सारे ओवर स्पीडिंग के हैं। अभी तक तो दिल्ली वाले चालान जो है वो हमारे पास आए थे, इसके यूपी के भी बहुत सारे चालान हैं।
और आपका कहना है कि ये
सारे ओवर स्पीडिंग के,
ये कुछ रील्स बना रहे थे, ऐसा कुछ जानकारी भी मिल रहा है?
ये रील्स बना रहे थे, ये लोग रील्स बनाने के लिए, फन के लिए निकले थे, ये रील्स बना रहे थे। ये बहुत गंदे तरीके से रोड के दूसरी साइड बिल्कुल सेंटर ऑफ द लेन गाड़ी चला रहे थे, जिसकी वजह से जो भी सामने से आ रहा होगा उसको अंदाजा, क्योंकि जब आप अपनी लेन में चलते हो तभी एक डिस्टेंस से सामने वाला देख के गाड़ी चलाता है। ये बिल्कुल दूसरी साइड चला रहे थे। एक येलो कलर की बस आती है, उस बस के पास से इस लड़के ने ट्विस्ट मारा है और उस ट्विस्ट के बाद ही ये एक्सीडेंट हुआ है। इसको पता ही नहीं चला क्योंकि ये अपनी लेन में नहीं चला रहा था और इतनी ज्यादा स्पीड थी कि मेरे बेटे को उड़ाने के बाद भी जिन लोगों ने वहां पे वीडियोस बनाए हैं, जिनके थ्रू मेरे पास वीडियोस आए हैं, उन सब ने बताया है कि मेरा बच्चा 50 फुट ऊपर हवा में उड़ के नीचे गिरा है। एक पोल है वहां पे, उसके ऊपर इतनी ऊपर तक हाइट तक मेरा बच्चा नीचे गिरा है।
Inna ji, I promise you, I cannot replace Sahil, but I promise you from NDTV's side, tonight, in front of the entire country, I give you my word, in front of millions of people watching tonight and hearing your words, that we will get Sahil justice. I promise you. And I will be personally in touch with you. I will be personally in touch with you, madam. Thank you for being with me tonight. I have no words for your grief. I cannot replace Sahil, but I will help you get him justice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Akhil also joins us live with the latest updates as far as this investigation is concerned. Akhil, the big question is, has the minor in this case been let off easy? What are the latest details you can disclose regarding this ongoing probe? And has the Juvenile Justice Board sought any investigation report to assess the minor's background and accountability in this case?
Well, Parmeshwar, if you see, there are certainly several lapses which has basically taken place in this entire process, because what we have been seeing that the first PCR call received by the Delhi police was at around 11:57, and when the boy was taken over there in the hospital, it was 1:54 p.m. So certainly there was a 2-hour delay in taking that very boy to the very hospital, and who is basically responsible for that? Because if you see, the incident took place approximately 2 hours back. So in this case, what we have seen that the incident, this very unfortunate incident, has taken place in the heart of Delhi, in the west side of Delhi, which is the Dwarka region, and it is one of the prominent locations of the West Delhi, Dwarka sector 11, just opposite to the Lal Bahadur Shastri College. And this incident has not taken place in any rural kind of area or in any rural kind of belt where hospital is at a very far distance. If you just see the premises or the location of this very spot, within the 5-kilometer range, you will be able to find at least a good super specialty hospital. So on one hand, what we are seeing that certainly there are lapses in taking that very boy, which approximately took 2 hours to take him to the hospital. Second thing, if you see, when the FIR was initially filed, what we have seen that in that FIR, the boy's name, the boy's age was written as 19-year-old. But when I was spoken to the DCP last evening of DCP Dwarka region, Mr. Ankit Singh, he has confirmed this to us that the accused is 17-year-old. So right now he is out on bail. What we have seen, because this very individual was supposed to give his board examination, 10th board examination, and due to which he was granted an interim bail. So right now he is out on bail on February 10th. So right now his preparation is going on, and he's supposed to give the examination for his 10th board examination. So in this case, what we are learning apart from that, when we have been speaking to the family members, they have been constantly reiterating that there was certainly delay from the side of the hospital administration. They kept begging over the entire family, the victim's family kept on begging and requesting that to put him on several tests, to conduct several tests, but certainly there was several delay, and due to which this unfortunate mishap has taken place, in which what we have seen that 23-year-old Sahil has lost his life in a broad daylight.
Absolutely tragic details, Akhil. Thank you so much for highlighting the timeline and the lapses that have emerged just going by the timeline itself. A 17-year-old is preparing for his Class 10 board exams as a 23-year-old boy died after his speeding car rammed him from behind in a narrow lane. We continue to ask all the tough questions and demand accountability, not just from police officials, but from emergency response services as well, and the minor who was driving the car and all those related to that minor.